This is a song about soft drinks and nothing else. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Hey guys, are your lips dry? Any desiccated ladies try to get by? Well, the best way for the girls and the boys to come together and enjoy a little moisture. So you're waiting on the mate that's 1 in a million. In combination ain't the way that you envision. You say you're strange, but baby, shed your inhibitions and let your day slip into something aluminium.
Delicate and eloquent and so effervescent. Subtle bubbles in my stubble feeling ever so pleasant. Never thought I'd find a girl with such a delicate essence. For you with the meal deal, the delicatessen. Saw you sitting in the fridge with a twinkle. Are you a multi-pack can or are you single? A little sipping and a spritz isn't sinful. I'm just finna get my finger in your ring pull. So slot your pennies in the vending machine of love and take that busy little mink that you've been dreaming of. If you curse with the thirst of a lonely man, you can get your juices flowing with some only cans. Every glamorous can has a heart to fill, so I hope that you can handle 330 mil. Get lost in the froth as the foam expands. Get your loving while you're glugging at some only cans. Now you've seen other Payside galleries, but none of those girls taste like raspberries. So if you think we're just some obscene cannery, all our cans are over 18 calories. So give a spray for some flirtatious behavior. That come here, the hiss is what you came for. We've been brewing up a plethora of flavors. Say we're crude, you can never say we're tasteless. So if you drink it straight or with a mixer, bring a Mr. or a Mrs. home for dinner. Everybody's got a different fizzle in that spritzer. What's the matter what ingredients are on your sticker? I haven't met you all, but it's contextual. You're all impeccable if it's consensual. If you're ace, then mid-pan flexible. End of the day, we are rockin' sexual. So slide your pennies in the vending machine of love and take that busy little mink that you've been dreaming of. If you curse with the thirst of a lonely man, you can get your juices flowing with some only cans. Every glamorous can has a heart to fill, so I hope that you can handle 330 mil. We can semi-guarantee that we won't be banned. Get your loving while you're glugging on some only cans. Maybe fizzy, but I'll spit a little candor. Sure it's sticky, but we'll lick the spillage after. There's only one aperitif can for Landras. Snap it with the candy, with your candy camera. Can, yes it can. All the cans are can, all kind of can. The Canada, manly can, the camera. Ink canoes, grabbing noodles and canoodling with cans and canned food. Mexican cans and Cancun. Scandalously scantily clad in the scanties and decanting at you. Camping with the Scandinavian can. Under a canopy alone in a canyon with your can boo. Share a cannoli with Italian cans. On the canals before a candlelit dance. The canter off the Canterbury for a canny romance. You better cancel your plans. This Cantanova can't handle the demand of Canterbury and Canoritas and Cantinas with fans on the Canary Islands. Strip canasta till you're down to your pants on your Campanian bust over your hand. Damn, these Cantonese cheeses are your creamiest stands.
So go over to Cambodia.
You can let the local flavor flow over you.
Getting down with the hard brown chromium.
Love has never been so low sodium.
Can looking like a snack, that's a kind of pay. Campaigning like Barack, that's a candidate. Can sweet on your tongue, that's a candy cane. Can rockin' them guns, that's a cannonade. Feel that can in your heart, that's a cannula. Can't sin disregard, that's a canister. Inquisitive can, that's a canvasser. Insensitive cans, cantankerous.
So slot your pennies in the vending machine of love and take that busy little mink that you've been dreaming of. If you curse with the thirst of a lonely man, you can get your juices flowing with some only cans. Every glamorous can has a heart to fill, so I hope that you can handle 330 mil. Hey, don't touch, just hold the can. Get your loving while you're glugging on some only cans.
So download Only Cans, the app for soda lovers. It's got very high ratings.
No, sorry, it's very hydrating. My mistake.
Hello, everybody! How are we doing this evening? I feel like I've been away for a while, but I really haven't. Yes, we're doing some non-ACC drama again, 2 times in a row. As you remember last time we went over Tactical Templar. He was not so happy with what I had to say about him last time I spoke about him, but we won't be doing that today. Oh no. As some of you may be aware, who are outside of the ACC and more into a bit of mainline commentary, there was a bit of a situation involving Parlo, who was, for those who don't know, Parlo is a Roblox creator. Yeah, jump scare voice. Parlo was a yeah, he's a Roblox creator. He's a bit of he has had a few different dramas about him. I'm not too versed in it, okay? I kind of have a curiosity glance every now and then when it comes to that stuff. And had a run-in with Internet Adjacent. We're going to be getting into this shortly. Internet Adjacent, for those whose name may sound familiar, was someone who was poking at Tactical Templar recently, and they got involved with some controversy with Parlo. And it is the one time that Tactical Templar is going to get any form of a W. Because fuck me, this is insane, okay? I'm going to pull up what we're going to be going over on stream, okay? Hello, hello, hello. So, what have we got? To explain this situation quite briefly, okay? Parlo and Internet Adjacent were planning to have a meetup in England, the country where Parlo is, right? And Internet Adjacent and also slightly Parlo were wanting to get up to some, promiscuous activities, you know? They wanted to hook up. Now, from my understanding, and I've only briefly skimmed these documents, the way it's being portrayed is that Parlo wasn't too, what's the word? They didn't want to have sex with Internet Adjacent. And basically, they felt uncomfortable, they felt like they froze up, from my understanding. And before anyone goes crazy, okay, from my understanding, it's not like it wasn't like rape, right? From my understanding, okay, but we're gonna be going over this today, okay? IA used to be the real Wolfgang, who was a furry drama YouTuber. Yes. I am aware that IA was a furry or someone in the furry space. This is a really weird situation. To put it lightly, because there's a few different little lies on each side, okay? Thus, the amply selected music for the beginning of the stream. So, I think the best way to start with this is this Himpleton stream. Now, we're not going to be watching the whole thing, okay? We're only going to be watching. I'm only going to try and go through until IA joins, okay? It's an utter mess because there's a few little lies on either side. Because it's really weird, okay? Because from my understanding, neither Parlo nor IA wanted this to go public. But as we can see, we have two documents here. Oh, no, you can't see, sorry, because I have a new bar on the top, so it doesn't have URL links. You can't see it. Trust me, there are two documents there, okay? I'm not insane. Trust me. There are two documents there. IA and Parlo didn't want to go public about this. And despite that, IA released a document, causing Parlo to release a document that they would have only released if IA released the document, right? So it's really weird why IA has decided to do this. But again, this might be a long stream because there is not just this Himpleton stream. Okay, this is the lead up. Okay, there's also get up, shut up, Dickers, shut up, Dickers, shut up. Anyway, this very long Dickers stream that we're probably gonna scrim through parts of it because thankfully it's been sorted into chapters with this VOD. So I think we're gonna start with this. God, Himpleton, you really do make your streams run really long. So they go through the document to begin with. So I think the best place to start would be the IA document. Now I'm thinking about this. This is probably how we're gonna have to do this. We'll start with the IA document. We'll watch a bit of the Himpleton stream. We'll look at the Parlo document, and then we'll also look at the Dicker stream. Okay? This is a bit of a mess, okay? Absolute mess. So, okay, this is Parlo's document. These are copies of the document, because both have since been taken down, from my understanding. I'm not sure if Parlo's has, but I know IA's taken down his document, so I already have the copies made of it, and there's obviously been no changes to these. These are just the whole thing, okay? Give me 1 second. Right. So let's get this started. Hello everyone, this is really not something that I ever wanted to go public, but due to unfortunate circumstances, it appears as though it has. Wait, what? It appears as though it has. What? It hadn't gone public before this point. From my understanding, because this is also a lot of behind the scenes stuff that's come to, like, the forefront into the public eye through these documents, right? From my understanding, Parlo had spoken to people that they had trusted, involving people like Ace and Samuel, you know, to go ahead and get, like, their thoughts and feelings on this. I'm not sure if Parlo spoke to Himpleton, off the top of my head. And then, from my understanding, IA spoke to Sam and Ace, and then they've also spoken to Himpleton. They went and spoke to, I believe they spoke to Aiden, and then that led to Emral figuring out, because Aiden was very, like, what's the word? Alluding to it on stream, I think. And then Emral then spoke to Internet Adjacent, and then he learnt about it. So it just seems like a bit of a mess about who's spreading what behind the scenes. It's an utter mess, right? Because it's really weird, because this is a document. I have it on pretty good. I have it on pretty good authority. Okay. And again, I am. There's certain things where I haven't got yet permission to, like, you know, release certain calls or, like, talk about certain calls, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay. But again, from my understanding, IA was aware that Parlo was making a document in prep, just in case if IA decided to speak out, right? And then IA then made the document about Parlo, when he learnt of this. But then IA released his document first, which then caused Parlo to release his document. See, it's already getting confusing. But again, we'll keep going. Let's see. If you are seeing this Google document, then I am making it fully aware of the drama that has been going on with me and a fellow YouTuber, Parlo, behind the scenes. This isn't something I'm happy about being public, but obviously it was inevitable at some point. What I don't appreciate is how this entire situation has played out, as most people know I was really good friends with fellow content creator Parlo. Why does he keep saying it like that? In the public eye, I was a YouTube accomplice, who, while critical of his past actions, had always maintained a stance that since I hadn't been around for his past, that I felt it was unfair for me to judge. What the hell? Wording. What the hell? That I felt I was unfair to judge him for. The reality of the situation is that me and him were much better than just friends behind the scenes. We were close friends, closer than friends. Despite us being so close, I at no point allowed my relationship with him to cloud my judgment. There are examples, even in DMs, of me expressing my frustration with how he acted. The main point I always had people tell me is that he never listened to people and he was kind of a spurg, but it was never behaviour that I myself had ever seen. And when the pyro thing had happened and people seemed to be at the very least willing to tolerate him again, it wasn't until I had cut contact with him that I was aware of some of the other stuff he did, like posting nudes on r/femboy and shit like that. Okay. I generally wasn't aware of how much of a schizo he is until I flat out saw it in my face, which we will talk about in a bit. But yes, me and Parlo had some kind of closer than friends relationship. Looking back now, it was incredibly stupid of me to entertain this guy as anything more than a schizo, and I see that now. I want to apologize to anyone who has tried to warn me of who this guy was. I deserve all the shit I get for putting my trust in him, but I have alluded to it and made it clear to me that me and Parlo are no longer friends. I would like to delve into that. I'd like to delve in that further by explaining exactly what happened between me and Parlo that caused us to go from really close to full-on ops. Yen DMs. What do you mean? What did you do? What have you done? What have you sent me, Ivy? Play this on stream. Cunning. Ivy! Fuck you. For context for why that was even said, when I was on K-Huck's stream, we were trying to explain why, what was their name? Shundo? Whatever the fucking name is? This weird lolly YouTuber, right? What that word meant to someone who was in Templar's audience. And obviously I had to end up saying the word. Ivy, I hate you so much. You're evil. You're so evil. Anyway, where was I? I'm getting lost now. God damn it. Ivy, you're evil. Ivy, you're so fucking evil. Okay. Yes, yes, K-Huck. Yes. Yes, K-Huck. It's Jova. What do you mean it's Jova, K-Huck? Anyway. We had planned out a trip to see each other on October the 11th to the 15th. Me, him, and an anomalous third party would be staying at an Airbnb for a few days. This person's not anomalous anymore. Their name was... Oh god, what was their name? We'll see in the other document. Okay. So we have Internet Adjacent. Pretty boy. Okay. Just landed in New York in 2 hours. I start flying to London. Parlo, what time do you get here? Because if I don't get the last train back by 12, I'll have to pay 100 for an Uber. I have no idea. I leave at 8:45 New York time, and it says I arrive at 8:45 local. Then I have to ride the tube to get there. Okay. Before we actually get into that, something important I want to talk about is a GoFundMe that Parlo made just a week before we had this trip. Okay. Sorry. Also, thank you very much, Crash, for the $5. K-Huck has been summoned. Clearly Vincent filled the tribute chalice. No! No! No, but thank you very much, Crash, for the 5. So, I just find this really bizarre why this is here in the document. Because this has nothing to do with the situation, by the way. I mean, okay. In terms of, like, a defense for what is being levied against IA, or what he thinks is being leveled against him by Parlo, this makes no sense. Okay? I'm gonna read a bit on, but I'm gonna and then I'll explain my thoughts with this. Oh, thank you very much, Steven Seagal, for the $10. Hello, my fellow pregnant Templars who barefoot in their kitchen right now. Jesus Christ. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Is this like drama or like serious shit? It is serious, but also it's just really it is okay. It is serious, but it's really hard to put the pieces together, if that makes sense, because people have done little lies on either side, which makes this even more confusing. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to have to do a lot of reading this stream, so let's hope my voice doesn't give out before it ends. I was not even aware that such a GoFundMe had even existed, so you can imagine my surprise when I found out that it was only a week after he created a GoFundMe, literally begging to help pay for food and bills, that he sent me $1,000 in order to pay for my flight ticket to London. Okay, and it's showing that, like, yeah, they paid for that, for the funds for them to fly out. Yeah, so for those who weren't aware, the reason why the GoFundMe is brought up, okay, this is a fair point of criticism against Parlo, okay? So, obviously this GoFundMe was set up to pay for, like, rent and bills and other amenities. And then they're also paying 1K to fly someone out to do a bit of a, you know, get a bit frisky with, you know? Again, Parlo has claimed... Oh god, where am I going to find it? Please load. I beg you. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is also posted. Parlo also says on Twitter, this was an hour ago by the way, everyone who has donated will be paid back. I will be making a video going over how I did not use the money on the ticket, but I do take accountability for the bad financial decisions and how I affected friends with the fallout of this all. I confirmed this request. And it's them, you know, cancelling the GoFundMe. Okay. Because... God, how do I even find this? Give me 1 second while I find this, actually. Here we go. I believe they're replying to another tweet, someone called Tanuki. Debunking this lie, the ticket and laptop were purchased before funds were directed into my account. The funds were then used for exactly what was described on the GoFundMe. Ergo, this was not fraud or scamming. You have also spread misinformation in your first tweet. Because they're basically, this person's claiming that they were scamming someone. Or they were scamming their audience. So, again, my claim here is not that Parlo is using the GoFundMe money. It's the fact that they decided to prioritize. They decided, whilst being in a financial problem, right? Clearly in a bad household, from my understanding, with their pet, with their dad, which is awful, right? They decided to pay $1,000, I think, on a gaming laptop because they needed something to make videos on. And then there's also two. Also paying 1K to fly someone out, which I think is insane. Because obviously that means you would have less money overall to be able to get out of your situation, which would mean that more money would realistically need to be raised for them to get out of their financial situation and to pay for the bills. But also it means that they would have had to have that money to be able to, you know, they would have had that 2K, right, from my understanding. I think it's rounded up a little bit, but 2K, just as a general thing, right? They spent 2K when that money could have gone to, like, food amenities, getting out of their situation, is my point. I did that very long-winded, I'm aware of that. I feel like I haven't streamed in a hot minute. It's so cooked. Where is it also? Oh, yeah, no, because I basically replied saying that exact same thing. This is also a thing that I think is ridiculous as a point. Because they reply someone saying, I can hardly believe what I'm hearing right now. You spent a fucking $1,000 on gay sex. Okay. What the fuck is going on in your head, Parlo? And Parlo replies with this. I wanted to meet someone who I could have a relationship with as soon as possible. There was an opening of opportunity in OCT. Other than that, it would have been mid-December. And that was when I had to go back into police station for more questions. I was scared of my life being over because of false allegations and the false reports. Because my family would always say that if I was ever arrested, I'd be fucking raped and killer. So I wanted to rush into everything to make the most of what I believe could have been the genuine end of normalcy in my life, so I paid with my own funds and I regretted it. God. Again, if I'm being, like, extremely good faith here, Parlo, you know, is bad with handling their finances, but also that's also not fair on his audience when it comes to that. Yeah, I know he misspelled, but again, we're going to go back to the document. Oh my god, please don't reload. Thank you. And I need a drink. This is beside the fact that you also purchased a brand new gaming laptop, which was also at least $1,000. If you are in a position where you need to make a GoFundMe, then maybe you shouldn't be paying for trips like this. The only thing I paid for, as I was told the entire trip would be paid for, is the Airbnb, which becomes relevant later. But yes, I arrived in London on the 11th, where I found my way to the Airbnb. One of the first things me and Parlo did together was have sex. Okay. God. Okay. Have you made it? Okay, it's just them explaining the journey. I'm hungry and I need to eat shower gel. Oh my god. Do you want to do it shortly after I get there or right when I arrive? Wait. Oh, sorry. Okay, this is sorry. My fault. I see the you know the directions, right? And I'm immediately thinking, okay, normal conversation. No. Parlo goes, I'm gonna make you blow as quick as humanly possible. You have no idea. Internet Adjacent responds with, do you want to do it shortly after I get there or right when I arrive? Parlo, I'm hungry and I need to eat. They need shower gel. Internet Adjacent says, shower sex. I'll call when I get into Paddington. I'm on the train right now. Sex tonight or no? Parlo, yeah. Internet Adjacent, okay. But I can't eat until then, and I'm starving and hungry as fuck. Internet Adjacent, we'll do it then go out for grab dinner. Parlo, I haven't eaten in 32 hours. Christ. IA says, do you guys still want to meet at the station? Parlo, yeah. How long do you think you have left? Let's see. What's around for food? Have you checked the maps? Okay. Yeah. And then they doxed the Airbnb. Very nice. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. Poor Airbnb owner, by the way. When do you want to do it? Before food? How long do you want to do it for? Okay. Make sure I'm not missing any DMs. Okay, good. As long as we can last, I guess. If we should before 12, because that's when Domino's closes. Parlo, okay, give me a bit. IA, what do we do about, though, by the way? I don't want to have sex with him in the other room. Parlo, I know, we can do it. We can do another time if you want. We can do it on the 4th or the 3rd day, maybe. IA, it's up to you. I'd rather tonight, though. I can ask him to dip for a bit. Me and Parlo had sex, and while this is definitely probably an overshare, yes it fucking is, why is this even being talked about is my question. It becomes relevant when you hear what he tried to accuse me of later. Before we even had sex, he said he wasn't sure if he was in the mood to do full penetrative stuff. Just mouth stuff. Which is what I was fine with. After we did stuff for a while, I did pose the question if he wanted to go all the way, since we already had a condom. He at first said he was down, so I took the condom out. That was when he said that he actually was too tired to do anything like that tonight. I told him that's fine, he put the condom on the shelf, and that's where it was for the entire trip. The next day after, a group of us tried to meet up with him at Oxford Station. Whilst doing that, I messaged him about what we did. Hope you had fun last night, Parlo. I did. Where do you think I can meet y'all? Oxford Station, okay. The way Parlo's tried to frame this is I ripped the condom out and I told him we should go further, saying he felt peer pressured. But this is an out and about lie, as I didn't do that. I didn't rip open the condom in an attempt to pressure him into sex, and after I asked if he wanted to and he said no, I dropped it entirely, so I have zero idea where this narrative is coming from. Why is this even public? It's a good fucking question. Also, again, this feels really weird to me, okay? Because you think this would be a response doc, right? This is a preemptive doc upload, right? To something that hasn't even been made public yet. Parlo hadn't made it public. And IA here is preemptively putting out a document, which I always find really weird, okay? I always find that extremely weird, especially with something when we're dealing with testimony, okay? We've got to keep in mind, aside from the DMs, we are dealing with testimony of Parlo's word against IA's, okay? So, it's very weird. Oh, and by the way, just so this is clear, and I don't feel like this needs to be known, because I was on a stream with IA on Kayuk's stream. None of us knew about this until, for me, I'd learned, like, I'd been told a brief bit about it, okay? Just so I was aware to an extent in case I was going to try and, you know, befriend or, you know, start talking to IA, and then this fucking bombshell shows up, right? Like, me and K-Huck and all the people on that stream that wasn't IA had no fucking idea about this. Like, all this stuff going on, aside from Ace, okay? Because obviously he was talking to people behind the scenes. Okay? Also, thank you very much, Crash, for the $2. Still a better love story than Twilight. Christ. I don't think you did know, yeah, and it's cool. Okay. But no, I feel like it's, I don't know. I like, you know, I want to make that clear before someone else, asks questions. Okay, and I should also say this. From my understanding, Ace had only ever seen 4 DMs. Cal told me you knew everything, why are you lying? Thank you. Oh, Cal's great. Thank you very much, Lost in World 15, for the $2. IA is a panicky moron. Yeah. I think he definitely panicked, in a way, to put this out. And there's definitely things in this document that we'll see later on, that I feel like are just potshots at Parlo. Because of, like, his previous situations. Again, you can critique Parlo. I have no stakes in towards either of these people, okay? I haven't spoken to any of them aside from IA on a live stream. But anyway. Where were we? The second day we talked briefly about the prospect of doing something sexual, but after he said he wasn't down for it since he was tired, I once again dropped the topic, okay? Fuck me. IA. Do you still want to try topping? Parlo. I could, but I'm stressy about it all. I don't know if I'd be able to stay hard. What? Okay. IA. We can try something tonight before you leave to see. I kinda want to blow you in this outfit, to be honest. That'll tell us if you can stay hard. God. Parlo. I was actually about to leave pretty soon, since I keep falling asleep, haha. IA. Oh, that's okay. Parlo. I'm not all that horny right now, I can't lie. I was yesterday, though. I don't think I've jerked off in 4 to 5 days. Why is this public? Why do you need to include all of this? This is so... Oh, this is cringy and embarrassing, dude. IA. Do you want me to walk you to the station? Parlo. I can't take the train, it's too late. Train stop at 12. IA. Ah, shit. I have to take an Uber now. Damn. Okay. The reason why this is important is because according to the anonymous third party who was at the Airbnb, apparently when recounting this story, Parlo showed off part of this DM and later said that despite him saying he wasn't down for sex, that I still pursued him sexually after that. Below is what I told Parlo was sending around to other people when he was recounting this story. I see. So hard. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what would be missed here. Falling asleep. Wait, what? But what context are we missing? Am I being stupid? Because, okay, what we got? We got, IA saying they want to do stuff. Parlo saying no. IA saying, oh, we could do it again, and, you know, see if you want to do it before you leave. Parlo saying, no, I don't really want to, I'm falling asleep. And then the additional thing is, going to the train station discussion. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, so it's an additional... Oh, no, sorry. I am getting a bit confused, sorry. So it's an additional affirmation that Parlo doesn't want to do anything. But again, also, it feels like a... It feels like we have the context needed that Parlo was saying no, and IA was respecting that, at least in the DMs here. Maybe Parlo didn't want to share that horny bit for privacy. Maybe. Yeah, that could be a reason. I believe that. Okay. According to the neutral third party, I was told that Parlo said even after this DM that I still pursued him sexually in the text messages. Oh, okay. I clip chimped. Even though in the reality, all I actually did was offer to walk him to the train station. Okay, that's why I'm getting confused. Another thing, be ready to see more cut-off versions of these same screenshots in Parlo's doc. Okay. I see. So, yeah, I did get confused. That is entirely my bad. Okay, so if that is true, I'd be interested to see that, if that's being claimed. Yeah, it's like sketchy part of London. I mean, it's London. You're gonna get chefed if you're not careful. I was trying to make sure you got to the train station safe. This once again a situation I had zero idea why you would lie about, as it has nothing to do but make him look bad. Okay. The third day is the big one, as this is the day he tries to claim all types of shit. On the third day, we agreed that we would be doing some type of sex thing we had planned that night to go out clubbing and drinking. We agreed that we would leave at some time around 6:30 to go into London and go to clubs. Because of this, I asked Parlo when he would potentially want to have sex. This was the conversation that followed. I was going to say grab the cord to your Xbox. Yeah, sorry, I was recording. IA, do you want me to blow you before or after the club? Parlo, before, I think. Alright, let me know and I can go change. IA, do you want me to go change and we do stuff? Blank, down to head out for a bit. Parlo, I want to chill for now on Minecraft. IA, that's cool. Dodd. God. Why'd I say Dodd? Hey, can you check the second page on Parlo's document? The screenshot of the money that Parlo sent doesn't match the one from the PayPal history. What do you mean? The screenshot of the money that Parlo sent doesn't match the one from the PayPal history. One screenshot says 143.83 and the other one says 147. Oh yeah, no. So obviously, it's no secret now, right? Samuel was meant to be going on this trip, right? and he declined. Thank God he did dodge a bullet. Thank God. Hold on, let me check. Have I been sent? God. Anyway. The amount paid from IA's document is a real amount. You should have filled in for him. Fuck off. Absolutely not. After he said he wanted to just chill for a bit, I said I was chill with that. We all sat around the Airbnb, even on laptops we brought on our phones, and he even wanted to review his new pyro stuff. Okay, dude. Okay, and? As the reason why this is relevant is because he tried to say I peer pressured him in this instance since I was constantly walking in and out of the bedroom. He tried to say that this was me trying to allure him or some shit. In reality, the reason I was going in and out of the bedroom is that wait, what? Is that it had the only outlet in the Airbnb where I could use my phone. There were 2 outlets in the living room, 1 in the bedroom. One of the entire outlets in the living room was being taken up by Parlo, and the other outlet had 1 socket that did not work, and another socket being taken up by an extender. Below is a DM of me messaging the host in the Airbnb about the wall socket that didn't work. Wait, if it's being used by an extender, just plug it into the extension cord, am I... Okay. Nice. Okay. And for those of you asking why I didn't just blow... Okay, dude, I'm getting, like, clip shipped by this document, dude. Ugh. I've got kind of a headache going on, so that's probably why. And for those of you asking why I didn't plug my phone charger into the extender, I am American and my phone charger is different from the sockets they have in the UK. On the second day, while we were out in Oxford, I actually went out and had to buy a special plug-in so that my phone would work. Below is my phone charger and the plug. Yeah, I mean, why didn't you think of that before going to the UK? But again, that's a benign point. The reason it's important because if you know anything about power outlets or extenders, you know that plugging extender into another extender doesn't make it work. So if I tried plugging into the working outlet in the living room, it didn't work. The only outlet I was able to use was the one in my room. This was why I was walking in and out of the room, not because I was trying to allure Parlo into sex, despite him saying he wasn't down right now, but because my phone was in there. And while I was dressed up in an interesting outfit, the reason why was because it was what I was planning on wearing out to the clubs anyway. After we all sat around for a bit, I went into the bedroom and told him to come in here. Here is his response. If you're planning on wearing something like that, what kind of club are you going to? Interesting. IA, come in here. Parlo, I do want my pee-pee sucked a little. Oh god, okay, yeah, you can see it. Anyway, we did sexual stuff again, in which he complimented my appearance and far more about me. After we were done, we decided to lay in the bed for a bit, side note, but he actually tried talking to me about how he is constantly checking his own kiwi farms, and the r/YouTube drama subreddit is justified, which is something I had told him constantly to just ignore, but in retrospect, the fact he tried saying all of that after we literally just had sex is the most lolcow shit I could imagine, but because of how long he was sticking around and working on the pyro document, by the time we were done, we only had an hour before we had to leave to go to the clubs. We obviously both needed to shower, so suggested we take a shower together to save time. We did so. When we came out of the shower, our third party had already left and texted me saying that he had already gone to the train station because of how he worded it. We both thought he was mad at us. He started breaking down and crying at the thought of our friends being upset at us. When I tried to hug him, he told me to fuck off and blame me for everything that's wrong. I simply went quiet, walked into the bedroom and laid in the bed because I figured this was not worth my time. Instead of trying to figure out what was going on, he immediately put all the blame onto me. Jesus Christ. I don't know why this is in the document, apart from a slight, because obviously people who use these forums are gonna be like, oh, Parlo's looking at our stuff, we should keep making more stuff on him, which is fair. You know, you can critique Parlo, that's totally fine, but also, this seems like a spite. Sorry. It seems like a thing of, you know, unneeded in a document like this. Let's see, where was I? He then got upset that I wasn't speaking to him and said I have a great friend group and some other bullshit before leaving the Airbnb. After a while of laying on bed, I fell asleep. I woke up hours later to Parlo and our friend walking to the Airbnb. While our friend said nothing, the first thing Parlo said wasn't anything about emotions or anything like that. It was, you know, I never said I'd pay you back for the Airbnb. Then when I pushed him on this, his response was, you have to consider my financial situation, which, like I said earlier, if he's so poor to the point he has to make a GoFundMe for food and pills, then why spend 1k on a plane ticket and a vacation? Math not mathing. Okay, but again, I would need to see proof that, like... I'm assuming this is obviously implying that Parlo agreed to also pay for the Airbnb. or IA section of the Airbnb. And if that was never actually the case, then also, why are you complaining? Also, from my understanding, IA also got paid the same week, or before they went to the Airbnb. But again, that's all going to come later into this stream. It just feels so bizarre. Of why you're being, I don't know. Again, oh god. This was also when Parlo said, quote, "I felt like you peer pressured me into sex a lot of times," end quote. Which I have proved in my DMs. I was being told an entirely different story this whole time. It's only now after thinking he pissed someone else off does he say all this crazy shit about me. I mean, where were we? What page are we on? Okay, we're below this DM. There is a lot of, okay. If IA is wanting to use the DMs as a reference, right? There's a lot of Parlo saying they don't want to do specific things, right? They seem quite hesitant, at least from the DMs, right? No, do you want to try topping? I don't want to do. I don't know if I can stay hard. Blah 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 blah. All this stuff, right? Again, this is the weird thing with situations like this. Okay, I don't think I've ever had to really talk about something where it's a lot of testimony, because you can't just rely on the DMs, because there's a lot of stuff in the moment as well you've got to consider as well when it comes to situations like this. So it is tricky. to put it lightly. So again, I can only use so much from these DMs, but considering it's their word against them, right? I can only do so much. Where were we? Let's see. I was then told that we would call tomorrow about this before the two of them left. That was October 13th. It is now November the 8th. We have still not had that call. Okay. So why would you not have the call with them before putting the document out? If you don't want this to be public, why would you put this out before the call? I understand that they're like, oh, they didn't want to do the call then, but, you know, you got to try a bit, I think, and that's not just me saying, oh, IA should have tried harder, right? I think this is a thing that they all needed to do, okay? The next day I reached out to some drama YouTubers, that's always a great idea, to get their perspective on the situation, and that made their way back to Parlo and our mutual friend. To which, as I was later informed, Parlo's response was to at first say he wanted me to sign an NDA, but also to make a Google Doc on me, not about this situation, but on a different, entirely random shit. Below is the message our mutual friend sent about the NDA. As per protocol, I was not to talk to you until 24 hours after this to allow minds to be declared. We will arrange a call with you and Parlo at an agreeable time with me as a mediator to provide a passive and mutual agreeable conclusion, and what future measures will, if any taken. The possibility of an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, is being discussed. However, nothing will be done until mutual agreement with the obvious conflict of interest. Bit scrubbed out. I await your response. Okay, the whole NDA thing, right, it does seem entirely overblown, but also, if neither of you want this to be talked about publicly, why would you... I don't understand. Ugh. The interesting outfit in question involved a skeleton hoodie and fishnets from what I can remember. Okay. It was just like the femboy outfit. Okay, got ya. In regards to that Google Doc, despite me requesting multiple times to see it, and actively being told people were annoyed that I discovered its existence, I still have never seen the contents of what he tries to claim about me. With that being said, I have been told what he tries to claim about me. While I cannot really debunk a Google Doc, I have yet to see if what some of the things I have been told are in there. Then Parlo has then Parlo, I have zero problems debunking everything you are going to try and throw my way. The contents of that Google Doc are either entirely hypocritical coming from Parlo. That's a weird thing to say. That's weird to say. Because, okay, again, this could be referring to a few different things, but if it's talking about the main heavy claim here, which is from what IA thinks is like a rape implication or like non-consensual sex, or Parlo freezed up, right, and wasn't too comfortable about things actually when things went down in the bedroom, okay? That's interesting to claim. But again, that could be me being quite hyperbolic, to be fair. I would be exposing a very personal side of me that's beyond fuck to show to the world. Okay, and yet you're showing all of these. I don't understand. But it's also just downright lies that at most take me 10 minutes to debunk. In fact, I was told that he only made it as a contingency to if I went public, and that he had tears in his eyes whilst writing it. Like I said, I have zero issues debunking it, just like I'm sure you have zero issues exposing private shit about my life to the public if what I've been told about that Google Doc is true. But again, the thing to remember is Parlo was never going to release the document until IA released his, which is exactly what happened here. So, I don't understand. Oh, my head. Do you see why at the beginning of the stream, I prefaced it with this being very confusing? You thought this was way too much information, bro took it higher. Yeah. Again, this is still quite private stuff, okay? Let's see. Wait, so this is even the doc. What is this then? The pre-doc I'm lost. So, Seal, again, this can sound so confusing, okay? I'll lay it out for you, because I'm not sure how many more people have tuned in recently. Parlo had been working on a document in case IA had decided to make a document about this situation that we're discussing here. IA hadn't made a doc yet before Parlo had, but as soon as IA learned that Parlo had made a document, IA made a document. So then two documents existed at that time. They're both existing in private, okay? They haven't been posted. IA has decided that now is the time to go public about it, before Parlo does. And Parlo had only ever, and as it says here, Parlo would only ever go public about it, or release his document if IA had, which is exactly what happened. So it's IA responding to a document that's yet to come out, and yet claiming that he doesn't want this to be made into a public thing, and yet is making it a public thing. It just hurts my brain. And Parlo took screenshots of conversations from his friends after they fell out. Okay. We'll be reading the Parlo document after this, I think. Now, I've actively tried to have a call with Parlo before. The day after it happened, I messaged him saying he would call me and another person later. You and blank will call me and blank later. IA says. This was the first time I tried to call him. When a second call was scheduled to happen, Parlo ended up running away from that one as well. All you had to do was wait till tomorrow. Nope, he doesn't want to call anymore. Okay. Despite being slandered by this guy, and despite people in my close friend group believing his accusations without even ever asking my side, I've been immensely fucking charitable to this guy and anyone else who had been a part in this. I've had multiple people tell me to just take this public, but I held off from doing so because I wanted to try and settle this privately. But after I've been told he's lying about this side of the story, lying about the accusations in general, and being told that this story is still being shared around in private, even the people who have no reason to know about this, I am at this point where I feel like if I don't defend myself, then God, Graham. Then this will just spread like wildfire, and his narrative will be the popular one. No, not necessarily. Because if you have this prepared and Parlo decides to go public about it, you have this here. It sounds insane, because it is. It sounds... The logic isn't logicking, okay? And because it isn't, for me, it does feel like IA really did want this to be public, and he's wanting to use reasonings to I don't know, more socially, I don't know, optically. Oh, I hate that word. Optically, you know, best to have a reasoning for this to be out. This could be true, to be fair. This could be actually how he thinks. But again, it doesn't make too much sense. The logic doesn't make any sense to me. This has affected my friend groups, my YouTube connections, and it's all over something I didn't even do. Like I said, I really don't like how much of my life that I currently have to put on the internet. Trust me, unlike Parlo, I'd rather intricate details of my sex life, not... Oh, intricate, sorry. How did I not say that right? Rather not have intricate details of my sex life be on the internet for the world to see, but unfortunately this is the situation I was put in, and it comes down to my reputation and my ability to keep creating content or face public whipping, while I not only will absolutely receive this situation, but honestly deserve. I am someone who has the ability to own up for my errors, someone who has the ability to admit when he does something stupid, and this is that. I have a very lax view when it comes to the internet. I generally try to get along with everyone and give everyone a fair shot unless they're completely irredeemable. Through the course of this situation, it's become clear to me that my chill and laid-back view when it comes to to talking to people and trying to befriend other creators, I have been told that I am far too friendly with other people, and it has been clear to me that at this point it is detrimental to my online career. I would like to apologize to anyone who has tried to warn me about this guy, warn me this guy was schizo who would stab me in the back at the first chance possible. You guys were looking out for me and I should have listened. I'm sorry. God, how much more of this document? Anyway. While the situation is not one I'm happy about, while it is immensely embarrassing, I also realize that sometimes you fuck up and you gotta roll with the punches. I am definitely going to take this as a learning experience, and I'm not going to be anywhere near as friendly towards people going forward. It is literally a detriment to my career. I'm going to continue making content. I am not planning on going anywhere. I want it to be 100% clear that yes, the allegations Parlo has tried to make against me, or anyone else I 100% know he's trying to pull... he's going to try and pull is absolutely bullshit. If he tries to push out new lies or new bullshit when I am going to respond accordingly, I refuse to let this choke chomper ruin my career. I understand that people are definitely going to rip on me for this, but they're going to look at me in a different light, and honestly, I'd be kind of disappointed if they didn't. If people would have questions or if they want to interview me, then I'm not scared to answer anything. The truth always comes to light, and I have zero qualms being as open as possible when it comes to the situation. I understand that this will be a stain on my reputation going forward, since I'm trying to treat this guy I tried treating this guy like a friend, and honestly, I deserve nothing less. All the warning signs were there and should have listened. As for you, Parlo, I am generally one of the few people who gave you a fair shot, who actually gave a shit about you. I feel like you only used me because of my platform and for my body. That's quite a heavy accusation. Kind of disgusting, really. I mean, I don't understand where this is coming from, and for my body. It seems to be that Parlo wasn't particularly interested in doing stuff with you. Again, I don't care to see any more details about their romantical life. I don't care. Again, I'm just going to leave that point there. I'm disgusted by who you are. You are the reason why everyone hates you. Okay. You're the reason you are considered a lolcow. I think gambling your career on a situation like this is not a good move like you think it is. That's exactly what you're doing here by making this public, dude. I don't know. Anyway, I don't think I have anything else. If more shit comes out, then I will respond accordingly. But as for now, I think that's everything. Thank you very much for reading this. Oh my god, holy yap. Oh, give me 1 second. Again, what can I even say about this? Ace leaked DMs IA was ugly and stinky, and why the docs happened. I'm assuming this was on Fauji's stream. Okay. I know Ace is currently working at the moment, but I'm not sure if he sent me those. Yeah, give me one sec. Let's have a look. No, I don't think he has yet. I will look at those in a bit. Or I will ask those for him in a bit. Let's see, what should we do first? I think my voice needs a break. This is Parlo's response doc. On Fag's stream, Cloudy. Yeah, Fauci does sound like bad news, that's so true actually. So we are definitely gonna go through Parlo's document, but my voice needs a break, I think. So we're gonna look at this. Okay, he's going through the document. Where's IA? Let me find his profile. Ooh, lovely voice crack. So they go through also Parlo's document. Okay.
I wish that a Latino would come sit up on my face. Kick my uncle in the balls, yeah, Batman. I just
Who the fuck?
I'm
Mahi,
so
we're
sorry.
live.
Oh.
Hi.
I was just gonna say that this is twink infighting. The twinks are fighting again. The twinks they keep fighting each other. The twinks need like marriage counseling, and I can't do this anymore. Why do the twinks always fight yet?
Well, from my understanding, IA isn't a twink. Apparently, they have a big belly.
Oh. But I'm gonna label them as twinks because
Okay.
this is what it sounds like.
Twink infighting.
Patty girl infighting.
Patty girl
Yeah,
infighting.
twink infighting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Why can't they just like make out?
That's what
And
IA
we get
wanted.
over
That's the
it.
issue, Mahi. That's the issue. That's the issue with the situation. Okay.
But this could have just been solved with making out and eating a sandwich.
I think they wanted to do that, or at least one of them did, but the other one wasn't too keen on that idea.
That's stupid.
That's... Mahi has now said consent is stupid. Everyone has heard it here. Get their ass. Get them. Get them.
No,
Get them.
I'm just saying that twink infighting is stupid.
This is so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Get out! That was Mahi, everyone. Where the fuck? Where is IA? IA, come out to play. The fuck is he? Dude, I swear to God. Did you just... Oh, there we go. God damn. For IA is not calling in. Christ. Give me 1 second. There's 2 streams? Ah, fuck. I know he calls in here. He's right here, look. Oh, fuck. Wrong button.
Listen, Adjacent, before I get into this, I'm reading super chats real quick. Hold on. Oh, dumbass.
So what do you... I mean, obviously, I'm going to be making a video on this Google Doc because I only was able to dip in and out a bit, but I've definitely heard things that are far beyond true. So what do you want to ask me first?
I guess let's start out with like what we just read. Do you have chlamydia?
Okay, no, we're gonna have to read the Parlo document. God damn it. I'm not escaping it. My voice is dying by the end of the stream. Okay. We're starting with the Parlo document before we get into that, to get all our fucking ducks in a row. God damn. This is why bookmarks are important. True, Seal, but also I could also take a note of them, but also my internet's so shit it refreshes the page whenever I open a video. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, they're a content creator, we get it. Internet Adjacent has a history of prior allegations pertaining to his behavior during AnthroCon 2024. So there's an allegation as an alleged sexual assault and unwarranted advances towards another. Oh my god. Oh god, is this a safe document? Hold on. I haven't read this. I don't even know if I'm gonna go through this. Give me 1 second. Let's have a look. Okay, I had seen these Twitter interactions. I think the okay, this is a short document. Okay, we might as well look at this. Let's see. I really hoped all of this was over a month ago, but IA is bent on being a parasite on my well-being. So here's my final statement. First and foremost, here's my original thread. Since we're going back into this, since I'm not in business of subtweeting, here's a thread on them. Okay. When you go to a con, please respect boundaries and have some agency, and don't expect others to cater their experiences to you. I really don't want to do babysitter con again. You followed me around for the most of the con and dramatically subtweeted us when we left you alone. You made me uncomfortable, you made my friends feel uncomfortable, and would not stop asking to hook up with me even though I tried to get you to take a hint every time. You felt up on me in front of people till I had to DM you and tell you I wasn't feeling it. You weren't even invited to Yinsfer? What? You literally just asked to come along. I'd already made plans to go with friends, and I said sure. We all told you it was a sex club so many times. There were people mostly naked in line. You had every opportunity to leave the second we were outside. What the fuck is this? I'm just gonna skim read this. I don't know, dude. This is just so bizarre. This was the club they invited Samuel to. Ivy, I can't tell if you're fucking with me. Ivy, are you being dead ass? Agree to any of the affection. Okay. So this is a different situation. Okay, you're not. Okay, I would believe her as well. No, that's real. Okay, guys. Is there like a clip on it that someone can grab me from Falgi's stream? They were gonna call us Sam. Oh my god. Okay, you're fucking with me, Cloudy. Sorry if I'm being quiet for this part, because this just feels like it's an entirely different situation. This is probably something I'm gonna have to go over off stream. If this is even anything at all. Anyway. Threatening suicide. Okay, yeah, no, I did have this pulled up. I'm guessing I need to see this as well. Threatening suicide baiting. What an dude, the my god, not the Shinji fucking image. Okay.
Yeah, hello? Hold on, I gotta fix my audio real quick. Yeah, go on.
What's good?
Ooh, what's with the call? Because we don't usually do this.
I don't know. I'm just in a good mood.
Yeah, I know. You're in the mood to kill yourself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't sound so down about it.
I do. It's kind of devastating, honestly.
Well, what can you do?
Yeah, there's nothing I can do, but, like, what's with the garden hose?
Carbon monoxide poisoning. Gonna duct tape it to my gas tank, and then my gas tank exhaust, and then put the other side through the window.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Is this something I really need to listen to? This just seems insane.
When are you gonna do this? Like, on call or something?
When I get bored. I mean, I just reached out to who I thought were my friends of, the past few months, and found out not only were they not my friends, but they actively hated talking to me. So, I don't know. It can't really get much worse. I can't really get many more reasons to go, And then they said that, actually, they talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people hate me, so, yeah, really can't get many more reasons. The stupid plastic on this thing will come off. I mean, I don't know. I feel like telling someone who you just found out was going to kill themselves to, fuck off is a little crazy. But hey, I guess that's just me. What do I know?
He says he does it to make other people feel bad. Oh, what? He says this in this... fuck, I'm gonna have to listen to this then.
If I should do carbon monoxide or if I should come up with MacGyver type trap. Because, I want it to be people know that it happened, I want it to be infamous. You know what I'm saying? I want people... I want media to cover that.
You know what you actually desperately fucking need? To be put in a padded fucking room. Because you don't need to kill yourself.
Again, I'm gonna play this, but again, I'm aware of my audience, okay? Call me soy, but genuinely, if you guys aren't comfortable with listening to something like this, especially for those who are watching the VOD, turn back now or skip forward a bit, okay? I will probably try and, see if I can do a timestamp for the VOD. Because I know, some people don't want to hear something like this, okay? So,
Dude, because of oh, boo-hoo, my life is terrible, I better go kill myself. Dude, I've been in that situation. I've been in that situation many times before. Trust me.
What do I have? What do I have?
I don't know, a life?
Dreams? Aspirations?
Yeah,
No,
dude,
dude,
you could...
Me? What do I mean, hell, how do I know anyone's my friend? I thought those guys were my friends for months, and they've been lying to me. Well, I have a good job? No, I work at Domino's. I fucking hate it. Successful YouTube channel? Nope, not doing well either. What do I have?
Dude, every day I want to fucking kill myself, but I don't do it because I have people that give a shit, yes, I've had people who absolutely hate my fucking guts, but, that's their fucking problem, not mine.
Yeah, but these people found out I was gonna kill myself, and then essentially told me to do it, I mean, am I crazy? That's another thing, they're that's what I got from that.
Dude, I'm gonna be real as fuck. People ain't your fucking therapist.
Well, that's not what I was going to them for. I'm letting people know about this. So
you need, deadass, you need to seek help. If it's getting to this point where you're actually trying to kill yourself, you need to seek help. You need to be...
Well, it's not a try. I don't try. I succeed, and that's it.
You cannot handle your life like this, man. You cannot do things like this. It's Dude, what you're doing right now is extremely irrational as fuck. Are you...
Irrational.
Seriously, bro. You gotta fucking like realize that this is extremely irrational.
Well, here's why it's funny. Because you bring up therapists. What do you think I was going to try to do today? I was going to try to call therapists. Like, maybe. I have the text messages. I can show them if I really want
Dude,
to.
like...
And then this happened. It's like, well, how do I know that anyone... I don't know.
Sometimes you gotta take this journey by yourself, you know?
Yeah, I can't do that.
No, you can.
And besides...
You can, you just keep doubting yourself.
Well, it's not doubt, it's just acceptance. But, like, there's so many people who, like, hate my guts and just need to, like...
And you're just gonna... And so you're just gonna kill yourself to let them win? Like, seriously?
No, not let them win. I'm gonna do that to fuck over their lives forever.
Do you realize that's not gonna do anything? You realize...
Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, I don't even know what I can really say about this. Like, it's... Again, one hand, awful that he's had to feel this kind of way, right? But he's gotten to a point in his life where he's having these... You know, saying these kinds of things. But also, as someone who's had to go through, someone who's baited suicide, it's incredibly awful to have to... You basically, like, put someone in a... What can be a traumatizing situation when you do this to someone? When you're kind of, like, left in a situation where their life is in your hands, right? It's genuinely disgusting. But also, I'm aware that this is also a thing that people need to seek help for. You know? It's awful. Either way you look at it.
Realize that they're not gonna give a shit. They're gonna be like, oh my god, the guy that I despised killed himself. Anyways, like, they don't give a shit, dude. If your enemy...
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. If I do something crazy, and it like, people find, like... Make, like, a huge MacGyver trap to do it, you know? And it's, like, some crazy thing. I get media coverage. And then they go, well, why did this happen? And they look at it. And, you know, of course I'm gonna make it a public spectacle. I'm not gonna do this and well, you think I'm gonna be alone when I do that? Hell no, I'm gonna live stream it. Post it on Twitter with everyone's ad. I want all these motherfuckers to go to get generational debt is what I want.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I want them all to feel like a fraction of that. They just put me through. Even if they don't get, like, sued into oblivion, even if they don't face any criminal charges, if nothing else happens, if they are publicly and socially raped, I'm fine with that.
Publicly and... Oh my god, publicly and socially raped? What do you mean by that?
If their reputations and everything about that is fucked to oblivion, if they're known as the people who pushed someone to kill themselves, you know what? I think I can die happy. It's a good one for me.
That's extremely fucked up, dude. Like, no, no, you need help. You actually need to get yourself admitted to a fucking ward right now. You need to do that.
What would that do?
You know what would that do? It would prevent you from killing yourself and actually get you some goddamn help.
No.
Oh, so you're not gonna, you don't want help. Oh, so the fucking whole thing, this whole thing's just to get revenge.
Jesus fucking
So this whole fucking
Christ.
thing, this whole fucking thing is just to get back at people who don't give a shit.
Oh, they'll give a shit soon.
Oh, they'll give a shit soon. Oh my god, you're delusional.
It's gonna be hilarious. That's why I gotta make it a public spectacle. I gotta make people know.
So you're going to post it publicly. You're gonna be like, hey guys, you're going. You realize you might actually turn yourself into a laughingstock instead of, oh, I died a hero or some shit.
What does it matter to me?
Why call me out of all people? Because, like, I don't know how to help you with this.
I don't know.
Especially when you...
Well, you're the only one who seems to actually care, you know?
Dude, I'm trying to give you advice. I'm trying to help you, but you don't want it. So I don't know what to fucking do here, man.
So you go to the guy who seems to, like, they only actually care. And then you just tell them how you're gonna kill yourself. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Well, we're gonna finish this. I've got it sped up, okay?
You're the one who cares, though. I tried talking to Kaufman. She didn't fucking care.
She's dealing with her own shit, dude. And she's...
I tried talking to Cyrus. You see how that went.
Yep.
That guy's a human piece of garbage. I cannot wait for his career to be fucked.
Mm-hmm.
If these people become unemployable, that would be the funniest thing ever. Oh my god, that would be so great.
That's really fucked up, dude.
Well,
like,
I think
all because... So, like, from what I'm hearing and from what I'm seeing is that they cut you off because, like...
No. You're thinking about it too close-minded. This isn't just about them.
What you're fucking doing is going to be close-minded as shit. Like, you're not... You're, like, killing yourself to get back at people, which is the most downright pointless thing ever. It is actually really fucking pointless, dude.
It's the most hater energy thing I could do. And that's kind of based. Like, I want to die with people know I hate your energy.
I see.
See, and you're thinking, if I do it, nothing will happen? Even if these people don't lose their, like, social reputations, think about it like this. They would have every reason to be sued.
Every reason to be sued? By who?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be alive.
My family.
What?
And, I mean, I'm not a big fan of them either, but, hey, you know, if they sue these guys, all will be forgiven. That'd be awesome. Because think about it like this. So you would need, like, I mean, I can guarantee this would work. You can
really? Suing? You think your own life is the value of someone's internet presence, dude. This is really sad. Why else did his friend record this? And I don't know how Parlo got this. I'm hoping the document explains this because this doesn't make any sense. I don't know what the intentions of the person who recorded this was. But fucking hell.
But you know, what's more emotional than a death? Especially when I expressly implicate all of these people. I don't even want the money. I told them to burn it. Burn all that money or donate it. I don't give a fuck. I'll be dead anyway.
So, like, you're just doing this...
To fuck with people? Kinda.
What the fuck?
I guess you can see I'm a day one op.
I'm at a loss for words. Deadass, like...
What?
Like,
I mean, is it
months ago, you would crucify people for this kind of level of shit, but now here you are doing this.
What do you mean crucify what? What level of shit?
Like, you would crucify people for being this fucked up. You've done it before.
I wouldn't crucify people for being fucked up like this. I'd crucify them for being pedophiles or something. I would crucify them if they were suicide baiting. This isn't a joke. I'm 100% serious. I mean, I bought a knife and a garden hose today. You don't think I'm serious about this?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Let's get a knife too. It's actually pretty cool. It's green.
I don't know how to help you, man. Like,
I mean, there is no help.
I'm uncomfortable.
Wow.
I'm uncomfortable. I'm sorry.
I'm listening to someone having a mental breakdown, yeah. Again, this is just, it's fucked. Either way. I don't know why, I want to assume this is just to establish... Sorry, I got some beef jerky, give me one sec. I want to assume this was to establish a pattern of behavior on Parlo's end, but also I don't know why this needed to be shared. You could have just got this guy's account, not actually put this in a document. Okay. Right. Thank you very much, Certified Dip, for the $5 US. Jennifer, is there a law reason why your lips are so big? Are you by any chance related to the Bobbins Bros from the hit SNES game Plock? My lips are so big. Dude. Evil stuff. Right there. What do you mean? There's the money discrepancy. Okay. Right, I'll read this part first, then we'll look at the money discrepancy that's apparently here. Okay? Recently, he has appeared to have exercised examples of emotional manipulation and coerced me into giving him sexual favors. He can be seen continuously pestering me and instigating sexual-based topics of conversation to get me to sexually engage with him, despite red flags showing that I was not reciprocating. I felt obligated to have sex with Wolfgang, and I didn't feel as if I had the ability to say no. While I seemingly did oblige, I was physically uncomfortable. I physically froze during numerous instances, and my body language showed I was not enjoying it whatsoever, as I was close to throwing up during certain intervals. In reality, I only engaged because I was scared of the repercussions if I did not engage, since he was rather demanding during certain instances, and I was anxious as to not upset him. I had even told Wolf that I have a difficulty stating no to people. What intact details? I PayPal'd it to you. So they paid this money. I'm assuming this is to Wolfgang. Okay. Let me have a look on the other document then. This is what you're asking me to have a look at.